Hi guys, welcome to another video on the All Things Tennis YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about a commonly asked question that I get asked a lot, and that is, how do I pick the right grip size? What do the grip sizes mean on tennis rackets? So, in my hand I have a grip size 1, okay? You can see most rackets will say here on the plastic what it means, grip size 1, and that stands for a grip size 4 and 1/8, okay? So to set out in the start, each grip size going up 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes up 1/8, okay? So the next grip size is a 2, and what that means is it's 1/4, so it's 2/8, that's what it stands for. So I'll show you one here, what it looks like, okay? Again, grip size 2, and it stands for 4 1/4, so going up 1/8 every time. So logic prevails that the next one is going to be 3/8, so that's a grip size 3. And that is 4 3/8, like that, okay? Grip size 4, again, that stands for 4 1/2, okay? So that's a confusing thing in terms of grip sizes. USA and the UK, EU have different ways of measuring that, okay? So that in the US, you might just say 5/8, that stands for grip size 5. In the UK, we just say grip size 5. Okay, grip size 4, 1/2, grip size 3, 3/8, grip size 2, 1/4, and grip size 1, 1/8. So what does it mean when you're buying a tennis racket? So junior rackets all come with a grip size 0. That's pretty standard. You can get a double 0 as well for 25-inch rackets and 23-inch rackets, but most junior rackets will be a grip size 0. So the first adult racket someone gets, so we're talking like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old getting a 27-inch racket, that is most common to get a grip size 1. It's the smallest grip size, and more often than not you're using an overgrip on top of the base grip anyway, so people can build up on a bigger size of grip. We also find females that are maybe slightly shorter or have smaller hands, they prefer the feel of a grip size 1. Whereas a grip size 2 is most common in females, adults, so fully grown females. So that is definitely the most common grip size we sell to females, and females seem to like when they're demoing. Now, a little spanner in the works here is that as the game's developed and more topspin is in the games, whereas before you might have a grip size 4 racket and you play in a more conventional chopper grip or an Eastern grip, where you're coming flat through the back of the ball. Now that really works in terms of flatter hitting, having a bigger grip, but as people are developing more topspin and want to be able to use their wrist more, people are suddenly dropping down the grip sizes a little bit. So what we're going to tell you now in terms of the most common grip sizes doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, I can play with a grip size 2 and at 6'2". Rafa Nadal plays with a grip size 2. It doesn't necessarily mean set in stone, but it will give you a good idea when picking a racket. Okay, so grip size 2 we've talked about, most common for females or males looking for a smaller grip to help develop topspin. Grip size 3 is probably 80 to 90% of male tennis players. So they'll use a grip size 3, again, grip size 4 and 3/8 is what it stands for. It's the most common grip size on tennis rackets. They always seem to be the one that goes out of stock quickest. It's great for in that middle ground. If you're a taller guy, you might like it because you can still whip through, you can still get that wrist back, pronate and go over the ball with topspin. And it's just a really nice feeling grip that you can build up to, you know, with a couple of overgrips. If you're someone that's taller or plays a little bit flatter. Again, so who would use a grip size 4? A taller guy, maybe 6'3", 6'4", or someone that just prefers the feeling of like a larger grip, maybe has more conventional tennis style, more chopper grip, comes in, volleys, you know, a little bit more of an Eastern forehand or even a chopper grip on their forehand. That's a grip size 4, that's who we'd recommend it for. Also, if you've got bigger hands, grip size 4, but as again, the rule is juniors transitioning to an adult racket or a female with small hands, let's go grip 1. Grip 2 is for a female, fully grown female, adult, or maybe an adult male looking for a smaller grip size. So say for example, you've got a racket at home and you think the grip's a little bit small for me. If you've got a head racket, they can have pallet systems on the handles, depending on if it's a newer model, which you can actually change the size of the handle. That's something Head are very good at in terms of making sure if you buy a racket slightly wrong grip size, you can change it. Or if you've got two rackets with different grip sizes, you can make them the same, okay? If you don't have a head tennis racket, or you still have a racket and you're not sure if it's too small for you, and you want to build it up, there's two things you can do. The first one being add an overgrip. Now, an overgrip doesn't necessarily add one more size of a grip. I'd say it's about half a size up. So they're very thin. Overgrips are normally about 0.3 millimeters or 0.4 millimeters. That'd be quite good if you cheer me one. If you're wanting to build it up, get a slightly bigger feel of grip, how can you do that? Well, there's two grips. Bah. An overgrip. This is a Babolat overgrip. They're built to be very thin, go over the original replacement grip. Nice little bit, thinner bit at the start to help you start. Wrapping it round, make sure you start with the thin end. That's a good place to start. These are good for just building up a little bit of feel. Some people find when they've got a replacement grip, they like to go with an overgrip on top. It's a little bit more comfortable in your hand, and it helps you stop getting blisters basically using an overgrip. What is the difference between them putting a replacement grip on? Well, the most common replacement grip we sell is a Head Hydrosol Pro. They're at 1.75 millimeters, so they're a lot thicker, and they're designed to have this kind of comfort built in. So obviously your replacement grips are thicker, they're designed for more comfort, more feel, they're a heavier grip. An overgrip's not going to add a lot of weight to your racket, so obviously you're adding weight to the handle, so the balance is going to become ever more slightly head-light, but an overgrip won't make a big difference. Replacement grips, as I talked about, the Hydrosol Pro from Head, like a synthetic leather, they're normally about 1.75 millimeters thick. They're designed to be comfortable, have a little bit of padding, but they're not particularly that heavy. Whereas if you get a leather grip, an old-fashioned leather grip, maybe you like the feel of a leather grip, the Babolat natural grip I looked at the other day is 29 grams, so it's going to add a lot of weight to the handle. It's going to change your balance to be more head-light. So if you're still stuck, you're not really sure about if your racket's too big for you, as I said, try and go on the guide we gave you earlier. However, you can always hold the racket and chop a grip like this, okay? And you're wanting to see if you can get a finger on its side in between the gap there. Now, this is a little bit of an old-fashioned way to do it. It gives you an idea, okay? So if there's a massive gap between your thumb and your fingers in a normal grip, then the grip's too big for you. If you can't get your finger in at all, it's definitely too small. It gives you an idea to fall back on, okay, in terms of measuring your grip. But as I said, go with the guide. Females grip 2, males grip 3. If you want a slightly smaller grip as a male, go for a 2. Juniors coming through, grip 1. Thanks for watching another All Things Tennis video. This was all about getting you to be able to understand which grip size is right for you and how to decipher the 1s, the 1/8, etc. Please give us a like and subscribe. I know lots of people say it, but it really does help build an audience for us and get you more informative videos out there.